This is an art piece that I have that is all made of clay, and it is a bell, and it is the Queen of Hearts. I will put the link down below of the artist who made it, and it's absolutely exquisite. And why it's a bell is because everything she does are bells, and I have the whole collection of Alice in Wonderland. And if you can hear it, you can hear it's a bell, like a cowbell. And it's really beautiful, and the back of it is beautiful, everything about it. So I'm going to be doing some cupcakes that are teacups to do with Alice in Wonderland, and then I can show you the rest of my collection this week. Today we're going to make the handles for the teacups, and then tomorrow I'm going to finish the teacups. To make the cupcakes to look like teacups, the handle is made of meringue. Actually, the hardest part probably is making the handles. And it's not really hard, but it's time consuming. So the reason it's time consuming is because after you bake it, you have to leave it in the oven for up to at least 3 hours or overnight. Now to start this, you want to have the finest sugar possible. Now you can buy sugar that's super fine, or you can make it fine yourself. And this is how you make it fine yourself if you have just regular sugar. You just take your sugar, and you only need a cup for this recipe, and you put it in a food processor. And all you have to do is pulsate it a few times until it gets really fine. Now it's super fine, and it's almost like dust, floury fine. After you have the sugar done, then you want to take 4 eggs and separate them. I like to use farm fresh eggs. They're my favorite, and this needs to be room temperature eggs. I like to separate my eggs with just using my hands, but you also could use a funnel to do it. And you just crack them in a funnel, and then the whites would come out, and then you would put the egg yolk in another bowl. But what I like to do is I put a paper towel underneath 2 bowls, and then I have a glass over here that I put the eggshells in. I just crack them and put the eggshell in the glass, spread my fingers and let the whites go through. Take the eggshell to kind of break it and put the egg in the other bowl. Then of course wash your hands very good. The next thing will be to whip the egg whites, but before you do that you have to make sure there's no fat, meaning leftover oils or butter in your pan. Even though you don't see them, they still could be there, and that would totally ruin the meringue. So what I do is I take vinegar and I put it in a spray bottle, and I just spray my bowl, and then I spray my beater. And then you also could take a lemon and cut it in half and do that as well, and just not spray it of course, but you just rub it around everywhere. But this to me is the fast way. And I also could use a lemon if I really wanted to do both, but you really don't have to. And then you just take a paper towel and you just wipe off the excess. Now you want to whip your egg whites. And this method is easy, but it definitely has to go by these steps, otherwise it can mess it up. You put in your egg whites, and you first just want to put it on slow until it looks kind of foamy. Foamy, put it up high, and then you want to start putting your sugar in. This part's important, that you take little bits of sugar with just like a tablespoon and put it in slowly. You do not want to dump this all in here or put big amounts in at once. So you just simply slowly put it in here. Fourth teaspoon of Cream of Tarter in it to thicken it up even more. Put it on high. Now I'm going to stop it and just see how it looks. It's still not done, but it's almost there. But see how it's getting there? But I still want it stiffer than this. So now it's finally done. It took a good 10 minutes. See how stiff it is? It's perfect. See? Very stiff and glossy. So I don't know if you can see the shine, but it's beautiful shine. So I want to put some food coloring in this because I want the handles to be that pretty pink color. So I stir it with the whisk and it gives that pretty pink color. Then you want to take out a baking pan and line it with parchment paper. I just cut this out to the side that the pan was by outlining it. And then to get the parchment paper to adhere, all I do is take a little bit of the meringue on my whisk, just a little bit, and put it on the corners. And just place the parchment paper in here, flat. Doesn't have to be perfect. Not about perfect, so. So now I'm going to take a clear piping bag and I'm going to cut the end off, and I'm going to use a 1M star, which is a very popular pipe to use for many different things. And this will be for the handles. Now to do meringues, you can make stars, you can do so many different things. You can do little swirls, but these are for the handles for the cupcake, so that's why I'm using this. It like you would do buttercream. Make sure there's no air bubbles. There's obviously it's gonna get a lot of air bubbles because it's very airy. And then simply twist around your finger, and I'm gonna just make them to look like handles. So I think I'm going to just swirl them around like this. So I'm going to pop these in the oven for a whole hour, and then I'm going to look at them, and then I have to keep them in the oven for another 3 hours or even overnight. Here they are out of the oven. Now they feel firm, but they still are going to have moisture in them. So I'm going to leave them in the oven with the oven shut off overnight. And then tomorrow they'll be perfect for putting on the cupcakes that are going to look like tea cupcakes. Tomorrow I'll have that video for you. So I hope you can come and watch it. And thanks for watching this one. Have a great day or night or whatever it is.